UC San Diego was recently named the 14th best university in the world for the 4th year in a row by the 2016 Academic Ranking of World Universities. And with $1 billion a year in funding, it often finds itself on the leaderboard for top research institutions. UC San Diego is also home to some of the best and brightest scientists in the world. The research they conduct is as diverse and impactful as they are.
Hi, I'm Bill Mobley. I'm Chair of Neurosciences in the School of Medicine. I work on degenerative disease and a specific part of degenerative disease, the Alzheimer's disease that occurs in people with Down syndrome.
Hi, my name is Sam Ward. I am the Vice Chairman of Orthopedic Research here on campus, and I am split between the departments of orthopedic surgery and departments of radiology. I study muscle structure and function, so my specific areas of research are rotator cuff injuries in the shoulder and low back pain, and how muscle is affected and how it can fix that muscle once it's injured.
Yeah, my name is Pamela Cosman, and I'm a professor in electrical and computer engineering, and I'm also the Associate Dean for Students of the Jacobs School of Engineering. I work on image and video compression, also on image and video processing and wireless communications. And this includes a lot of different things: video transmission, guidance systems for physical therapy, how little microscopic worms move, all kinds of things.
My name is Brian Keating. I'm a professor of physics at the University of California, San Diego. I study cosmology, which is not the study of hair and makeup, it's the study of the origin and evolution of the universe. And it really includes everything that's happened since the very birth of the universe up until this very day. And astoundingly, we also think that we can predict the future, and not to predict next week's lottery numbers. That would be nice, but we're not able to do that. But we can predict the gross, features of the universe and how the universe might unfold in its future from now. So, and that's all based on using technology that we invent and develop and build here at UCSD.
My name is Maria Vernet. I am a research biologist at Scripps Institution of Oceanography. And I've been here for almost 30 years. I mostly work in Antarctica, and my area of research is trying to understand how the algae in Antarctica grow, because they are the ones that create the first food for all the animals and bacteria that live in Antarctica.
My name is Larry Goldstein. I'm a distinguished professor in the departments of cellular and molecular medicine and neuroscience, and I'm also scientific director of the Sanford Consortium for Regenerative Medicine and director of the Sanford Stem Cell Clinical Center. I work on Alzheimer's disease in particular, and we use stem cell-based approaches to try to understand what goes wrong in Alzheimer's disease, and we're trying to use stem cells to develop new drugs to try to treat Alzheimer's disease in a way that's effective.
I'm the Chief Data Science Officer at the San Diego Supercomputer Center. I'm originally a computer scientist, and my research on distributed scientific workflows enabled me to work with a number of different scientific disciplines and interdisciplinary projects, which evolved into what we call today big data and data science area.
I'm Professor Peter Franks. I'm at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography here at UCSD. I'm a biological oceanographer, and I study how the plankton of the ocean interacts with the physics of the ocean to create patchiness and affect the distribution patterns. I look at how the physics of the ocean changes the planktonic community structure, and how the interactions of swimming and floating cause patchiness in the ocean, like you see with red tides around here.
The impressive administrative workforce who faithfully support this incredible effort are known as Research Administrators, RAs. RAs find themselves having to be masters of all. They need to be well-versed in accounting and financial management, compliance, human resources, while maintaining an extensive amount of subject matter expertise regarding sponsors, agencies, various funding instruments like grants and contracts, as well as the policies, procedures, and regulations that go along with them. They also have to utilize a plethora of systems and tools in order to perform the transactional functions required of the job, and information about the potential auditing that can follow. RAs help with training and development of others, and in addition to general knowledge, skills, and abilities, understand the complex organizational structure we function within. RAs have to be excellent communicators and maintain diplomacy in order to act as liaisons and uphold the best interests of the principal investigators and institution they serve, all while working in a deadline-driven environment.
Every time I put a grant together or try to figure out what my current financial situation in the lab is, I rely on the fund manager, Greg Fastring, in my department. He's just been terrific. I couldn't live without him. And you know, it's always the people behind the scenes who never get any of the credit who really make things run. So I'm the one who gets his name in the newspaper, but I can't live without people like Greg Fastring.
Well, it's really hard to get money, and so we can use all the help we can get. And from people who really know the rules, how NSF and NIH and ONR and all the other agencies work, and just what needs to be done and how it should be said and the right way to pull it together, that is really helpful.
Proposals and awards after the funding stage is team sport. There's a science aspect of it, there's also a huge business aspect of it, and scientists are not naturally wired for business at times, and having a fund manager, actually a very skilled person taking care of that business bits and reminding us of the deadlines, and oh, maybe your no-cost extension is coming, you'll lose your last year if you don't submit that, even something like that. We might be oblivious to that at times, and in a way our fund managers are not reaping the benefits of it as much as we do. They're really in a support role. So I see that as a selfless activity, and we are really lucky or fortunate that we have such skilled fund managers, and they do it with great passion.
Well, I have to say that we have the best office on the planet here at Scripps in IOD. I'm actually the director of the Integrative Oceanography Division here at Scripps, and Jennifer Davis and Minerva Nelson and Jen Clark, used to be Jen Sanderson, are our research administration team, and they have this whole attitude that if you go to them with a problem, they might not be able to solve the problem exactly the way you think, but they'll come up with a better solution, and it's a very person-oriented way of doing work. It's just a wonderful group to work with, and I'm eternally thankful to them for making my life easy as a scientist here at Scripps.
My relationship with Yvette is important because I can focus on what's happening discovery-wise in the laboratory and less on dollars and cents that make it happen. I need to be conscious of both things in order to make experiments move forward and try new things. But if she can focus on the dollars and making sure we're okay and encouraging us to push in areas where we have some latitude to do so, that's really important. And I will just say, I keep my fund manager interested because I always tell her what is going on experimentally, and I want her to feel like she's part of the experiments that are going on that help people with shoulder problems or spine problems or a kid with cerebral palsy or whatever the diagnosis might be, because she isn't involved. She is a part of our research team, and she doesn't do experiments in the laboratory, but she handles the money that facilitates the experiments that do happen in the lab.
We're all busy. Faculty are doing so many different things, and writing grants is a big part of that, and you want an administrative team that can jump in when they need to jump in, give you the advice that you need to about your budget, provide you with the backdrop that you need for making sure you've filled in all the blanks, and then really ensure that those blanks are filled in and the application is submitted. I have over and over again really appreciated how professional and how very helpful our team is that supports neurosciences, in particular, but more generally the School of Medicine.
But furthermore, they're kind of like our psychologists, because they see us at our most stressed out that you could possibly imagine. Oh, there's a grant deadline, and oh, I didn't tell you it's due tomorrow, and I just added 6 new institutions, and that's all coming together. So to be able to handle that level of stress and to answer questions that I haven't even had time to think about yet to ask them. So those relationships is kind of like a psychologist, but at a slightly lower price. So for me, that's the thing, and as I said, science is done by people, and they have to know how to communicate with people that aren't the best communicators themselves. Let's face it, scientists don't have a reputation as being particularly gregarious, we're more introverted. And so have that skill set to deal with all different aspects, logistics, legal, purchasing, procurement, duty, importing, and also to do the contract and grant award administration. We simply couldn't do it without those people.
The proposal and carrying out the research is a collaborative effort between the administration and the researcher. So when we think of a project, we get enthusiastic about the science, about the questions we want to answer. We get enthusiastic about going to the ocean and Antarctica and collecting all the samples that we need, and what are we going to do with them, and who are we going to interact with, and things like that. But then comes, how are we going to make it happen? And how are we going to obtain the money to make the science work? And then once are lucky and the money arrives, how are we going to spend it in a smart way to get the most out of it? Because basically, the UCSD administration is a black box, for us. And the fund manager is one of the windows that we have into that black box. And definitely, everyone that I have worked with are excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful.
Without someone with the expertise of a fund manager, at this point, we would not be able to do the research. So I am very thankful to all of them.
I want to express my gratitude, not just from me, but from everybody that works for me. So everyone in my group, from a 17-year-old first-year student who's just starting at UCSD, all the way up into a mature, full professor like myself working in this field. It really would not be possible without you. So we express our sincere gratitude to you for all your hard work. Thank you.
I clearly want to thank Yvette Obando for what she does for the laboratory. I'm sure that I have expressed that to her in person, hopefully every time we meet, every month. But I would like to do it publicly, so thank you very much, Yvette, for all you do to contribute to the science we do in the lab.
For once and all, I'd like to thank you all for pre-award, post-award support, and all the amazing friendships along the way that we built.
Jennifer, Minerva, Jen, the whole office there, Marcy, Michelle, Erica, Hannah, thank you. You guys have made my job so easy, and the jobs of all the scientists here at Scripps so easy. You're a model for how things should work, and every day I thank you for running such a great business office and doing such a brilliant job. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all the folks that are at this event and those who couldn't attend, just to say that they've made our lives much better, and we appreciate all their good work. And by the way, keep it up.